let's talk about this tanning situation that everybody's got going on. A lot of people, they ask me, what do I do when it becomes summertime and, my makeup's too light? So, as you can see, my makeup, Jabbar, pull the light a little bit closer. My makeup is still a little bit too light. I purposely left it like that because, bring it over this way a little bit. Perfect. I left it like this because I wanted to be able to kind of show you guys how to warm up your face. So you can see my foundation is still a little bit light for my body. I don't know if y'all can see that. So, first things first with tanning. During the summer months, being out in the sun is creating a lot of dryness with your tan. I want everybody to go and purposely go find you some products that have vitamin C, because you want to replenish the skin. You want to put those nutrients back into the skin. So here's a little tip. This is a little set that I thought was really cool. It's like Let's Get Luminous. So it's brighteners, it hydrates, it targets, visible signs of aging, which is what the sun does, right? So this is Ole Henriksen, Let's Get Luminous, and it has like a vitamin C serum. It's called a Truth Serum. It's got an eye brightener, and it's got a C-Brush brightening cream. But here's a little tip. Anytime you go to a store, Sephora, Ulta 3, anytime, if you're on Amazon and you're trying to find something that has vitamin C and that can hydrate and moisturize, look for the orange boxes. So anytime you walk down any aisles or anywhere and you see orange boxes with vitamin C like oranges, you need to find that because that's going to be great for your skin. Alrighty, so that's our vitamin C products. Okay, everybody? So find you some vitamin C. Okay. All right, so the next step, I wanted to say something that's great with moisturizing your skin, or if you just want to look dewy, you can always find you a setting spray, or there's also dewy sprays. Anastasia Beverly Hills has a beautiful one. It's called Dewy Set. That's a nice one. So if you don't want to wear a lot of foundations or product, you can just spray your skin. It's going to look very dewy. Or you can use a setting spray to stop, if you do use foundation and when you get to the next place, you're like, oh my God, I just melted all my foundation away because it's so hot outside. Make sure you use a setting spray. So this is one by Armani, Giorgio Armani, and it's called Armani Prima, and it's a refreshing makeup fix. So it's going to keep your makeup in place. Speaking of keeping makeup in place, before you put your foundation on, it's very important to use a primer. We talked about this last week with the, was it last week we did eyes? Or maybe it was the week before last. We did a primer first for your eyeshadow. And this is Laura Mercier's Pure Canvas Primer. This is excellent in the summer months because, like I said, after you cleanse your skin or exfoliate, and then you do you use a toner, and then you moisturize, you want to, after you moisturize, use a primer. The primer is going to help to adhere your makeup to your skin, and this one is really good because it's a mattifier. So if you have large pores, it's going to just kind of mattify and stop the oiliness. Okay, so that's a great one. That's your primer. All right, so let's move on. This is something that I can actually do. I kind of left it bare for this reason. And actually, Albert, you can give me those two foundations down there. I want to show them something too. So actually, let me do that first. So I want to show you this little trick with mixing. On this one. All right, so I typically use hey now, I see Michaela Michelle is here. So I typically use a much lighter foundation in the winter months. Okay, so but then when I get tanned, I go and I get a darker foundation. Now, what I want to show you is, even though this is my summertime darker foundation that I purchased recently, like in the last couple months, it's still not dark enough because I've gotten darker. So what I typically do is I put a little foundation on my hand like that, and then I always have another foundation, which this one's Armani, but look how, I don't know if you can see the difference, but look how dark this one is compared to that one. And I mix them. And so what I do is, on my hand, just like this, I do a little squirt of the darker one, and I mix it. Hand me that whole thing right there, please. The foundation brushes. I'm sorry, I thought I had it up here. I mix it just like that, so it's two right there. I mix it on my hand, and then I apply it to my face. So don't be afraid to mix, but what you have to do is when you're mixing, you have to find another foundation that has the undertone of your tan. So that has a little red in it, and so that's why it's looking more just darker. So I need that because I need to show, I need to not have it be so light. Does anybody have any questions? Hi, Marianne! Hi, Marianne! Marianne, did you dance with me? Did you miss us dancing to begin with? I'm sorry? To whom? Sophia.
She's tuned in today.
All right. Is that your friend?
No, that's Sylvia's daughter.
Oh, Sophia is here. I didn't know. Hi, baby. Yes, Sophia said she viewed the show last couple weeks ago when we shot it over there, and they stayed the whole time. I said, Sophia, did you really love the show? She said, we stayed the whole time, Miss Reagan, so that means we really liked it. I was like, oh, I love you. Okay, so do you guys see how I warmed up my face just by mixing the two foundations? Okay, so I really want you guys to practice that. And I mean, you can just always, I'm just kind of pressing lightly, and you can always just practice. Practice makes perfect. Make sure you don't leave a line here. Make sure you pull it all the way down, just like that. All right, so let's get into one of my favorite parts, bronzers and highlighters for the tan girls, okay? So this one is the Glow Kit by Anastasia of Beverly Hills. And I want to show you, this actually can be used really for any skin tone. Hi, Lisa! This can be used, these are highlighters, bronzers, and then these are basically like what I think of when I look at a palette like this. I'm going to get my color just right. Look at how beautiful that is. All right, so let's talk about your bronzer. So I'm going to go right here to the top one, which is called bronzer. So that's perfect. I'm just going to, and I'm using an angle brush like this. We're going to do our sideways 3. Remember we talked about that last week? We're going to do our sideways 3, ladies. And let me show you how this goes. We're going to start at the top because you always want to bronze your hairline, right? And that's the top of the 3. Then you go down there, that's the middle of the 3. And then you bring it down to your jawline. So I just want to show you. All right, sideways 3, any questions? Any questions? I'm just gonna warm it up. I do like this little sunken in look, but Abra loves the 3. She loves the 3. Okay, so we got it going over there. So we're warming up our tan. We're warming up, actually our foundation is too light. All right, so another sideways 3. Who's doing the sideways 3 with me? April, I know you like to do the stuff with us. Do you have your bronzers? Do you have your angle brush? April is my girl. That's Miss Pharmacy. We went to middle school and high school together, and so she likes to do it with me. So she's always really good about that. Okay, so let's show you sideburn. And do you see how it really sculpts my face when I do that? All right, so we are good. Now, the last thing I want to do with this palette, so do you use this instead of concealer to help define cheekbones? This is the bronzer, right? Lisa, this is the bronzer. So what we're doing is that we are shadowing in here to make it look a little bit more contoured. But what you want to do for cheekbones is altogether different. Let me show you what we're doing for cheekbones. And this is in the same palette. It's this guy here. We're going to highlight the cheekbone, okay? So that's the bronzer. All right, now let me show you what we're doing for the cheekbones. We're going to get a little bit of a kind of a shorter blush brush. We're going to hit the highlighter said, okay, cool. All right, so we're hitting the highlighter like that, and we go right here. So it's under the concealer. Your concealer is under your eye, and it's above where your contour is with the bronzer. We're gonna go right here to the actual cheekbone. So right here is where we're gonna place the highlighter. And you do up like this. And you see how it really put a good little stripe on me? I don't want it to be that defined, but I love it for the camera to show you guys placement, but that's exactly where it goes. Do you see the kind of the difference of this cheek, which does not have a highlighter, and this one does? I'm gonna smooth it out and blend it out, but just for the sake of the actual show, this is perfect so you can see exactly where you place it. So this is my concealer under here. This is my bronzer here, right? We're placing it right on my cheekbone.
And Sylvia asked, what do you use the other colors in the palette for?
Sylvia, those are for just warming up your skin tone. So if you find that this would be too dark for you, you can warm it up with different ones, meaning add color to your face. One thing I kind of stay away from is having a face that has nothing but my foundation. When that happens, it looks like flat. It just looks like a flat face. It has no structure. It has no definition. You know what I mean? So now I'm taking my angled brush and I'm just going to smooth that out. We don't want any sharp lines, really, with anything. So we're smoothing that out, really like blending it. You will see people walking around with like this sharp, boom, boom, boom. I don't really do makeup like that. I like for a woman to look very soft. And if I have a highlighter on, it's literally not a line. You see how that's a line right there? That's what we don't want. This is what we want. Look how pretty that is. Just be there, but don't really let me know you're there. So we're just gonna smooth this out. And see how pretty that is. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions, Afro? No? Okay.
Looks like we're good.
All right. So I just wanted to show you guys that. And then because I always want my pretty highlighter on my nose, because you guys know I always build a bridge on my nose. I'm not shy about it. Hey, that's what makeup is for. If God didn't bless you with something specifically that you want, you know what? You use that brush and you work it out. All right. So I love that. I think it's so pretty how it just, we did the highlighter and we did the bronzer. So we are good. And actually, I did not bring my other one. Okay, so I want to show y'all this last little one. I always use this one on the show. This is a beautiful highlighter too, and this is kind of like one of those other colors that Sylvia was asking for. Yes, Lisa, makeup is a true art. So I want to put a little bit of that. That's adding a little color on my cheeks too. That's what I was talking about, just adding color and just making sure that your face isn't flat. Like it's just a pretty, definition. Symmetrical. You're just always working with just making your face softer and pretty and just, glowy, especially in the summertime. Now let me show you this last thing before we move on. This is called a body bronzer. It's more like kind of a lotion that you would use for, kind of making your skin glow. So I don't know if you guys can see this. Please tell me if you can see this. This side of my body I did. Can you guys see that? How glowy that is? Here, let me go a little bit closer. But I did not do this side. Can y'all see the difference? Tell me if you can see the difference. This side I did, but I did not do this side because I wanted to show you guys the difference. Now let me show you how this works. So Lisa, do you have this? She said, I love this stuff, so let me show you. I'm going to put it on here. So if you don't want to wear makeup, you can actually put this on your face. Amber, have you seen this before? This is made by Huda Beauty. Love her products. You get them from Sephora. Have you seen this before, Amber?
No, I haven't seen that, but it's cute.
So you can actually put this on your face. And it goes and it dries very quickly so it does not transfer to your clothes. And if your skin is not looking very plush or, fabulous. You can actually put this on and it just will add color to your body. I love this stuff because I can, if I'm not that tan. Lisa, did you say you have this one? Sylvia said, what is that magic stuff? I know, right? Girl, this is Body Bronzer by Huda Beauty. And they have different tones. This, of course, is the darkest one. Huda is Huda Beauty. This is the darkest one because, of course, you know, my skin is already golden. So I want to make sure I get the darkest one. But you can, I was going to put it in the comments. But, you know, if I had a minute, I could really get it very evenly spread. This is what it looks like when you're done. But you just take one of your makeup wipes and it comes right off. But yes, this is a brand sold at Sephora. But I absolutely love it because look how shimmery I am now. I look healthy, I look glowy, and for women of color, I would actually suggest trying to use this instead of like a foundation. You could just put it here and blend it out. You could use it as your highlighter. You could use it as, you know, it's just a beautiful, beautiful product. So, who liked the tan makeup tips? Let me know. Any questions about anything? You guys gotta let me know if y'all have any questions. The body bronzer comes in like a silvery color. It comes in like a rose gold. So that one was the darkest one, okay? So yeah, we are good. I love that. I love that that we you know, wanted to show some products like that. And then this is so funny. I said, thank you, Amir. Amir gave me these cute little wipes and said, I woke up like this. I thought that was adorable. Hi, Kelsey. My friend Kelsey is watching us. Are you getting some makeup tips, Kelsey? What are you doing? What are you doing? So anyway, all right, so that was it for the, and then let me go ahead and set my foundation and everything, because guess what? I'm gonna go outside after this and I wanna make sure everything sets, because you know what? Look how pretty that is. I don't want it to melt away. All right, so we got that done.